You're already thinking, I don't have capital, I don't have connections, I don't even know where to begin. But here's the truth. You don't need to have everything figured out, you just need to start the right way. Welcome to this channel, the Merchant Construct-preneurs and Tutors. In the last video, we uncovered something that most engineers go their entire careers without fully understanding. That engineering is not just a profession, it is a business. But here's the reality, awareness alone does not change your life. You can watch videos, read books, and understand concepts. But if you don't know how to apply them, you will remain exactly where you are. And that brings us to the most important question: how do you actually start? Because right now, you might be working on site, doing everything right technically, yet feeling like you're not progressing financially. Or maybe you're just graduating, full of knowledge, but unsure how to translate that into income. And for many engineers, the biggest excuse is always the same. I don't have capital. But the truth is, most successful engineering businesses were not built on capital first. They were built on clarity, positioning, and consistent action. In this video, I'm going to walk you through a step-by-step blueprint, not theory, not motivation, but practical steps you can start applying immediately. Because the difference between an engineer who struggles and one who builds wealth is not knowledge, it is how that knowledge is used. Everything begins with mindset. Before you talk about business, clients, or money, you have to first address how you see yourself. Most engineers have been conditioned to think like employees. You are trained to follow instructions, meet deadlines, and deliver results within a defined scope. And while that is valuable, it also creates a limitation. Because when you only think like a worker, you wait for opportunities instead of creating them. A business-minded engineer thinks differently. They understand that the technical skill is not the end goal. It is a tool. A tool for solving real-world problems that people are willing to pay for. Instead of asking, where can I get a job? They begin to ask, what problems exist in my environment that I can solve effectively? This shift is powerful because it opens your eyes to opportunities that were always around you but never visible. For example, poor construction practices, structural defects, project delays, cost overruns. These are not just issues, they are business opportunities. The moment you begin to see problems as opportunities, you stop chasing income and start attracting it. Step 2. Identify a profitable niche. One of the fastest ways to fail in business is trying to be everything to everyone. Many engineers fall into this trap. They want to design, supervise, consult, manage, and build, all at once. But the market does not reward generalization at the early stage. It rewards clarity. You need to identify a niche, a specific area where your skills can solve a clearly defined problem. And not just any problem, a problem that people are actively willing to pay to fix. In many developing markets, including Nigeria, some of the most profitable niches are hidden in plain sight. For instance, proper site supervision is in high demand because many projects fail due to poor oversight. Structural assessment and repair is another area, especially with increasing building failures. Renovation and finishing works are also highly profitable because they directly impact aesthetics and usability. When you focus on a niche, you position yourself as a specialist rather than just another engineer. And specialists are trusted more, recommended more, and paid more. Over time, your name becomes associated with a specific solution, and that is how you build a strong business foundation. Start small, but start smart. One of the biggest misconceptions about starting a business is that you need a big opportunity to begin. That mindset alone has kept many engineers stuck for years. Because they are waiting for the perfect project, one that brings recognition, money, and scale immediately. But in reality, business does not start big. It grows big. Your first opportunity might be small and seemingly insignificant. It could be supervising a single residential building, managing a minor renovation, or helping fix defects in a structure. But what matters is not the size of the project, it is how you execute it. Every small project is an opportunity to build credibility, gain experience, and create a track record. And in the construction industry, your track record is everything. People don't just hire based on qualifications, they hire based on trust and proven results. So instead of waiting for big opportunities, focus on delivering excellence in small ones. Because consistency in small projects is what eventually attracts larger ones. Build visibility. In today's digital world, visibility is just as important as competence. You can be highly skilled, experienced, and capable, But if nobody knows you exist, your growth will remain limited. This is one of the biggest gaps among engineers. They do excellent work, but they keep it hidden. And in a competitive market, invisibility is expensive. You need to start documenting your journey. Share your site activities, your thought process, your problem-solving approach. Show before and after transformations. Explain simple engineering concepts in a way that non-engineers can understand. Because most of your clients are not engineers, they are everyday people looking for solutions. Platforms like Instagram, TikTok, Facebook and YouTube are powerful tools for this. Over time, consistency builds familiarity. Familiarity builds trust. And trust creates opportunities. The most visible engineer is often perceived as the most credible, and that perception alone can open doors you didn't even know existed. Step 5. Learn to price your value. Pricing is where many engineers lose confidence, and ultimately lose money. Not because they lack value, but because they don't fully understand it. Most engineers price their services based on time or effort. But clients don't pay for your time, they pay for results. They pay for peace of mind. They pay for the assurance that their project will be done right. When you underprice yourself, you send a message, not just about your affordability, but about your perceived value. And low pricing often attracts clients who do not respect your expertise, delay payments, or constantly negotiate downward. Instead, you need to start thinking in terms of impact. If your input can prevent structural failure, reduce cost overruns, or improve project quality, then your pricing should reflect that level of responsibility. Confident pricing does not come from arrogance, it comes from understanding the value you bring to the table. And once you master this, you begin to attract better clients, clients who value quality over cheap alternatives. Step 6. Build relationships. In the engineering and construction industry, opportunities rarely come from cold applications. They come from relationships, from people who know you, trust you, and are confident in your ability to deliver. This is why networking is not optional, it is essential. You need to intentionally position yourself around the right people. Architects, contractors, developers, suppliers. These are key players in the ecosystem. They are often the ones who either control projects or influence decisions. Attend site meetings, industry events, and even informal gatherings where these professionals interact. But don't approach networking with desperation, approach it with value. Be known as someone who contributes ideas, solves problems, and adds insight. Over time, people begin to remember you, not just as an engineer, but as a reliable partner. And when opportunities arise, your name comes up naturally. That is the power of relationships. Step 7. Think long-term. Building an engineering business is not a quick process. It requires patience, discipline, and long-term thinking. There will be moments when progress feels slow, when opportunities seem limited, and when doubt starts to creep in. But those moments are part of the journey. What matters is consistency. Every project you complete adds to your experience. Every relationship you build expands your network. Every challenge you overcome strengthens your capacity. Over time, these small gains compound into something significant. You move from executing tasks, to managing systems, to eventually owning projects. And that transition is what defines true success in this field. Because the ultimate goal is not just to earn a living, but to build something that gives you control, freedom, and long-term wealth. And that only happens when you think beyond today. Now you have the blueprint. Not theory, not motivation, but a clear path you can start applying immediately. But here's the truth: none of this matters if you don't take action. Because knowledge without execution is wasted potential. The difference between engineers who succeed and those who remain stuck is not intelligence. It is consistency in action. Start small if you have to. Take one step, then another, then another. Because over time, those small steps create momentum. And momentum creates results. If you found this valuable, make sure you subscribe, because on this channel, we are not just talking about engineering. We are building a new generation of engineers who think differently, who act strategically, and who understand that their skills are not just for solving problems, but for creating wealth, impact, and long-term success. Thank you for watching this video, and I believe you got value from it. For more educative content on construction and structural engineering, don't forget to share, like, comment, turn on the notification button and subscribe to this channel, The Merchant Construct-preneurs and Tutors. See you in the next video, bye.